Hey, what's going on? And good morning, car guys and car gals. This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
This is Frelin Arts, the subprime hero.
And we are brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee podcast. And so excited to talk to you about what's happening with the Certified Solutionaries. That is us. And we're excited to talk about the solutions that we are bringing to the market. But do us a favor and get somebody up in here. Tag a car guy. Tag a car gal and share. I'm going to share. You need to share.
Hey,
let's get this
share.
rocking.
But listen, folks, we're bringing it today. You guys have been asking for it, so we're going to bring it right after these few videos we're going to drop with our sponsors, letting you guys know what's up. But hey, we are the Certified Solutionaries. And people are questioning it. Like, what is the Certified Solutionaries? What do you guys do? What exactly does that mean? What's going on with Car Guy Coffee? Are you guys teaming up with people? There's so many questions that we can answer, and we're going to do that today. We're going to give you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes, what we've been working on, what Lou's been digging into the last few weeks, and what I have been masterminding behind the scenes also. So we're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to converge.
Oh, it's convergence time.
We've got a lot of amazing things going on, folks. We're producing, we're doing so much stuff. So it's time to put some clarity out there. This way you guys know what's up. We appreciate you guys for joining us. Here's a few notes from our sponsors. Make sure you guys check it out. We got some beautiful people out there that do some great things. Make sure you reach out to them.
Get somebody up in here. We'll talk to you in a couple minutes. We'll be right back. Focus. Fly. Keep growing. Boom. So excited, man. That always gets me pumped up to be able to see all of those people in the past.
And that's an old video. We're going to be making a new one, cutting with everybody doing a Forgive, Focus, Fly, because we have like almost a whole other year worth of data.
It took a whole year to watch it.
I know. Remember when we first did the first video, it was like 30 seconds. Then it went to a minute. Then it turned into 2 minutes. And then we haven't really edited since we did the 2-minute edit.
We're going to have a 15-minute intro video with everybody.
It would take
That'd be enough
forever
time
to
for
do that.
everybody to tag somebody.
But that's just amazing. That's how many amazing solutionaries that you guys have seen us connect with. The people that we've been able to learn from. I have booklets full of notes from all the questions that we've asked people. I mean, I take notes with everybody I sit down with, and I'm just so blessed to be able to sit down with people like those people you saw on that screen. People that are just amazing. People who are trying to change this game. People who are doing things differently than the average schmo, right? We're out there trying to be different. We're out there trying to be something more. Every single day, we're looking for different ways to become better, not just as a person, as a family member, as somebody with the team, but also part of your community, a part of those things. It is a well-rounded person who is a certified solutionary. So we have a lot of things we're going to talk about today. We're not going to go over it too long, but we wanted to give you guys a quick little overview about what's going on with the certified solutionaries right here, right?
That's right.
Lou and I are real excited to announce that we are an agency. We've been doing it. We're a consultant firm. We love helping people. We love getting people and connecting them. So what we've been doing and what we've been working really hard on is meeting as many solutionaries out there, all these different programs out there, all these different softwares out there, all these different trainers out there to see what's the best of the best, and also to combine and figure out who we can help our dealers with. Like, I want to be able to get dealers an opportunity to be able to just deal with us, and we can give them the righteous information, the stuff that is truth, stuff that is honest, stuff that's out there that will actually benefit them, not stuff that will help us make money or the people that we're trying to help make money. No. Money is a byproduct of doing the right thing, folks. So money's going to come. What we're trying to focus on and what we will focus on and what we are going to do, and it's our mission, whether it takes forever to make this happen or if it just takes overnight, whatever it does, whatever it takes, we're going to make it happen. We're going to make sure that the solutions are for you out there. You dealers, if you're looking for help, we are here to help you. We are here to help you make everything that you have pains at not be so painful. All the things that you feel like you cannot overcome, we're going to show you ways to do that. So, Lou, how excited are you, brother?
Man,
I know you are.
I'm pumped up. Whole lot to say, a whole lot to put out there, and we can't really fit it all into one episode while we have the opportunity to. I mean, it's very surprising that we don't have somebody to interview this morning, but we do have plenty of people inside of the lineup. Incredible ladies still coming. Jonathan Dawson already is scheduled to be up inside of the cafe.
Just had a messenger with Jonathan Dawson. He was telling me, which is room for improvement, that whenever we stream, especially when it goes to my personal account, it starts off as just friends only, so you can't share it. I apologize for that, folks. I do understand that. I don't know how to fix it. I'm going to work on that. Matter of fact, today, because Jonathan said this, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to mess around with the settings on this to make sure that doesn't happen right off the rip. It has been flipped over to public, so you guys can share it. So please share it. Share.
Tag a car guy.
But Jonathan Dawson is somebody we find extremely amazing.
Yes.
He's a great speaker. We do have him locked in for a date coming up soon. I'm looking forward to having him on the show. Matter of fact, I'll tell you the exact date. It will be this month. It will be the 28th. We have him on the 28th. It's a Tuesday morning, folks. We will have Jonathan Dawson on our show to talk about
psychology, baby.
Yeah, psychology. And he really brings it, guys. He really makes you think about the way you hire people differently and the way that you get your customers to believe in you, make them raving, crazy lunatic fans, right? Where they will put a tattoo on your body, on their body. They will.
Oh my gosh.
There's witnesses, and folks, if you haven't seen him speak or seen his testimonials, they'll blow your mind. He's amazing. He does some great things. He's really inspired me, made me think about things a little bit differently too, which is great because I'm always looking to keep growing.
That's right.
And he definitely helped me when I got to sit down and watch him. I got to watch him speak twice in one day. It's phenomenal. Yeah, he did a great job. He's fantastic. He even did a wardrobe change in between.
He did.
It was crazy. I was like, oh, he changed his clothes. That's cool. So,
and hitting that and making sure that we do get it aware inside of the industry, inside of the dealers' minds, right? It does. If you're struggling, that's one thing. If you're not struggling, it's a whole other thing. But one thing that we want to make sure that we do all agree on, and whether we're introducing somebody for their great speech as a keynote speaker, or it's having a one-on-one conversation with you and your business, the biggest room in the world is
the room for improvement.
And so inside of those rooms, we can sweep the corners out. We can see where it is that we can grow. So the number one thing that we're going to do with anybody that we do have a conversation with, it's help to really zero in on where you are currently at. What is it that's working? What is it that's not working? What is it that you love? What is it that you don't love? What are some of the relationships that you're having fun with and are profitable to you? And what are some of the relationships that you really would like to actually cut the cord on, right? And inside of that, just understand the only thing that we want to be able to do is pour something inside of your cup that energizes the culture of your dealership and your business so that it is more fruitful, it is more enjoyable, and it is more energized. So we're naturally going to come with the energy. We're naturally going to come with the excitement. But this is something that we want to make sure that all of the industry knows is available for them. Because when I go to these conferences, and I see some of these dealers and I see some of these people walking around getting their mind blown by technologies or tools that have been available for years. I'm like, oh my goodness, somebody's got to let them know, right? The word says, how are they going to hear the gospel without a preacher, right? Well, somebody has to go tell them what's happening. And inside of this industry, we are trying to bring revival to the understanding that there is so much growth to be had. And there's so many better ways to help our customers that if we become aware of that, we can make the adjustment. But it's impossible for you to make the adjustment on something that's new and effectively do it if you don't know where it is that you currently are. So the key thing that we're going to be doing is making sure to get with our dealers, find out where it is that they are, and take them to the next level, right? We had Craig Schmidt on the podcast the other day, right? And the big thing that really encouraged our heart is to understand that when we linked together in the past, they were already here. And then he brought in a team to take them to here. That's the same thing that you can do. You guys might be running at all cylinders. You guys might be rocking and rolling, right? Well, we want to make sure that, hey, we just pour a little something in your cup to energize that.
No doubt.
Lift that up a little bit. Upshift, uplift. That's what we do.
That's what we do. He's 100% right. Real quick shout out though. Why I know Lou's getting into this thing. I love it when he gets his heart out, right?
Pumped up.
But I want to throw out a quick shout out to Antonio Vincent.
Antonio,
got to finally meet him when we were
up?
down at the NIADA. Matter of fact, he even shouted down a 3, 2, 1. Boom! Right? He knows what's going on. And Antonio, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your energy, and I appreciate you for just being here and, for throwing love at us, man. We love you back, and we appreciate everything. We hopefully that we can find a way to combine our forces and make it greater, man. This business is about people like you and about people who are looking to be more and all those types of things. And I'm drinking coffee from your cup. That's what I'm talking about,
bro. Take a picture of that. Share
That's
that.
what I'm talking about.
Of that. Heck
folks,
yeah.
Go check out Antonio. He's got his own company out there. He's doing some amazing things. He's just changing it up, man. And what I love about him is his energy. He walked up to me straight up with this energy about him that's made you go, man, I got to get to know this guy. I really want to. He's tall for one. This guy's tall, good looking, man. Just come walking up like, what's up, man? Really good shape. What's up? I was like, hey, how you doing? Wow, you're tall. Just an amazing person. Never Dealer. Just exactly what that's his company. Never Dealer. First franchise on demand auto dealership. That is amazing, man. And he's doing some amazing things. Check him out. Go peep him out. He's on Facebook. He's on LinkedIn. Hey, put your email address on here too, brother, because I just tried to link up with you on LinkedIn, and it said I need your email address. I have your business card, but I think it's up in my business information stuff. Placey. Can't even speak English right now. It's in my little binder upstairs. But that being said, I wanted to connect you on LinkedIn. I didn't realize we weren't connected on LinkedIn yet. But anyway, let's keep this thing moving, man. Antonio, thanks for being here. Oh, there he is. info@neverdealer.com. Gotcha. Jay. Oh, man, everybody. Wes Storm, what's up, Wes? Thanks for being here this morning. We got so many great people. They're all jumping in. As they're jumping in, jumping out, that's fine. We get it. Jason Grimes, of course, Michael Mills, our brother Michael Mills out there. We love you, man. Keep doing your thing. We appreciate you. So, guys.
Gals,
Gals,
all you individuals. Again,
superstars out there, solutionaries.
You ever seen that? Speaking of raving fans, we have some of that too that are a little radical as well.
Who did
that? see if you guys can see that right there. That says
forgive, focus, fly.
Yeah, that's real life.
We may have to put a challenge out there.
That was out there.
I don't know, but you're gonna have to put a challenge out there. Maybe you're gonna have to put forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing on your body as a tattoo, and maybe we'll figure something out for that. We'll swag you out. We'll get you as a feature on the show. Get a tattoo, and we'll see what's up, man. I want to call Jonathan.
We're not saying to go.
You're not cool unless you got a car gal tattoo, right? Got to get one. Forgive, focus, fly, keep growing.
I don't have a tattoo at all.
Certified Solutionaries. I'm gonna put it out there. I got tons of them, guys. I got them all over my arms. I'm not scared, right? So I'm just saying, if you get one, we might hook you up. It's not a might. We will hook you up. Definitely. You will get taken care of. We will make sure you get featured. That we will post you everywhere.
That is Natalia Marie Bell.
Okay.
In Boca.
Okay.
Well, she's actually in West Palm Beach,
that's right,
Florida. But again, folks, that message is ultimately what we're going to bring anywhere it is that we go. And we do want to encourage you all to seek solutions, to find people that you are okay with connecting with that are going to help you go to the next level. The thing that we've been sowing over all of this time is the seeds to show you that we're committed to bringing joy to this business. We are not afraid of speaking of our faith. We're not afraid of speaking of what the truth is inside of your current condition, no different than you should be when dealing with a customer. You should be able to speak to them in real time, right? You don't need to hide things from them. And ultimately, you need to do a needs assessment with them in order to apply the product into their life that they're looking for. Sometimes they already know what they want and they can just come in and scoop it up, right? Or sometimes they need somebody to help lead them through the process. Well, ultimately, that's what we are here to do, is help lead you through the process.
Right.
So let's take a second and let's talk about some of the departments in which we can help out. Now, of course, like I said, we don't have all of the time to go into everything that we do. But the great thing is,
as much as Lou wants to,
Lou
likes to break it down, but I don't got all day. I have meetings today, so we got stuff to do.
That's right. So with that said, we're going to hit 5 major areas that we are actually able to connect with you all.
That's what we're focused on
to help build you up on. First of those areas is
training.
You got to have your training.
Probably the most important thing, right? Because without training, continual training, your team will never grow. They stay the same. They're not going to learn new techniques. They're not going to understand what's going on in the current market. They're also not going to understand what's going on in your brain. Here's the thing. A lot of times us as leaders, and when we're not training, we assume our team knows what they're doing. Well, something happens when you assume. You make an ass out of you and me. And I hate to say that, it's true. Yeah, we want to have trust in our team. We do. But the ultimate way to trust them is to make sure that they understand with clarity what the process is.
That's right.
They understand with clarity what the mission is every single day. And it doesn't have to be get on them meeting. It has to be about love and encouragement. You know, we believe love first on anything. You encourage your team by love, showing them the way, not telling them the way, showing them the way, right? We talk about it right here. Know the way, show the way, go the way. That is us. That's what we're talking about. So you got to do those things. So training is everywhere, from our sales departments to your managers, to your BDCs, to even your service department. We have training for all those things out there. And we're not going to get into depth what type of training, but you think of the word training, we have it. Period, hands down. We don't have to get into depth about that. We are very elite with that. We love training. We've been trained up by some great people, and we love to pass on that torch to others. And it's not the same stuff we were taught. It's not all in a can and we hand it to you. This is stuff that we're using. We go to these conventions. We deal with all these different vendors. We deal with a lot of different dealers. We've been across the country. We did it for like a decade. So what I'm saying is this. We have a lot of tools, a lot of ideas, and a lot of ways that we can implement training into your store. You know, I'm sure you guys have heard of our great news meetings. That's just one little quick tip. I'm going to throw that out there, and that's about it. But those great news meetings are amazing. It gets people pumped up. And that's how you get them to be more open to training, to hearing what you have to say, because you get them motivated. You get them excited about life. You get them doing all those things. So we have tools, we have kits, we have all those things. We could even train people on how to do that. So it's training on top of training on top of training.
Right.
But if you're not doing that, you're losing, period.
And you need to do that. See, remember, our military is as incredible as they are because they don't stop training.
Amen.
They have a consistent
all the time
regiment of training.
I know.
Okay. It has to happen. And even if it's something that they know in and out, through and through, guess what they're going to do? Train it again. Okay.
Again.
So inside of that, let's just hit that mark real fast, as it's right there on the screen, folks. And you can probably see it way better on the screen, but
it looks pretty good on the board. I like that. We never use this chalkboard. How cool.
Managers. BDC.
A BDC. And service.
Now, let's remember this. Fred and I are not exactly the ones that are going to be back there turning wrenches and showing people how to do things. But we are connected to people that are incredible in this industry at getting that service training to who it is that you need to be, which again is what we do. We connect.
We connect.
Great,
but
other
motivational training is something we can do for all departments. But here's the deal. In the service department, it's still a sales department. It don't matter how you look at it. It's still a sales department. If you're not training them to be salespeople, then you're missing out on a lot of opportunity. And it's not to give customers what they don't need, But sometimes we tell customers what they do need and they don't want it anyway because they're not sold on it. They don't know why they need it. A lot of times you go, hey, you need this done in your vehicle. This is what it costs. They're going to be like, nah, I'll just do it somewhere else. There's no urgency. Hey, we got this done in your vehicle. You got to explain why it's important to have it done, right? It's just so many little steps that you could teach that are just basic sales steps that are just lost in service for some reason. There's a lot of great service departments, don't get me wrong. But the majority, just like in the other side of the fence, on the front side of the dealership, there's a lot of weakness out there, right? And there's ways to strengthen all that, and we can do that for you. So we definitely know what's up.
So the two areas, and of course, that we want to focus on inside of any bit of training is you have to make sure that you're motivated. That's primarily what we're going to make sure people are going to do. Okay. If a person isn't motivated, it doesn't matter how many tools they have inside of their belt. Okay. They're not going to use them to their full capacity. So motivation is key. We bring that primarily, that is, we bring that energy for you. But after that, it's true real life application. So these are the two levels of actual delivering that you get inside of your training, is your motivation and your application.
Right. Very basic, but it's exactly what you need to hear. You don't want to overcomplicate things. Just like training, you overcomplicate training, your salespeople, your staff will start to it pours out their ears. They don't even pay attention anymore.
The military does define leadership as an organization accomplishing a task or a mission by providing purpose and motivation. It doesn't matter what the task is. It doesn't matter if the task never came up before.
Right.
Okay. But if you're going to overcome it, if you're going to accomplish the mission, you're going to need purpose and motivation. Okay. You're going to need those things. So we want to make sure that you are developing a culture inside of your places of business that is getting people pumped up to jump into your why. One of the biggest ways that we help that is to help you get your people to focus on their why.
Yeah.
While they come into alignment with your why. And as those line up and get onto the same frequency, the same beat, man, you guys are making some good music. That's what ends up happening. You get some right. You get all of the band playing together, and that is strong, isn't it, Fred?
Dude, not only is it strong, but it just sounds right. When you have a band that's in sync and the band's everything. See, here's the thing. In music, there's a timing thing. There's usually a beat rhythm, like, and everybody's on that, from guitar, drums, bass, even the singer. Now there's accounts, and the counts get faster sometimes, right? Some songs are, and they're 4 counts. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the way music is. So when you get together and you guys are all on that same rhythm, on that same timing, the music sounds clear and perfect. You've heard some live bands, and I know you've been to some bars, folks, where you heard it and they weren't timed together. It was slightly off, and you can tell the drum. You hear that beat when you're not supposed to hear the beat. You hear the bass when you're not supposed to hear the bass, and you hear the guitar, and it's all over the place. And even the singer's not exactly where they're supposed to be. That is because they haven't practiced enough. They haven't trained enough to be in sync. Now, when you have a team that is in sync, like Lou mentioned a moment ago, dude, it's beautiful music. You make some of the most beautiful music out there that everybody wants to hear. It doesn't sound funny to someone's ear. It doesn't make them feel funky. It makes them feel good, just like good music. So understand that training, just like a musician, they train, they work hard. They don't just go up on the stage and all of a sudden they're just the best. No, they had to work on that for years and years and years. They had to perfect their craft. They still practice their craft to this day. If you watch people who are major stage performers, the Lady Gaga's out there, the Madonnas even, I'm not going to bring her up because she's falling off stages these days. But let's talk about that, right? She's old. I love Madonna. She's my era, right? But what I'm saying is that there's major, but they practice. They practice. They don't sit there and just show up to a concert and put on this giant show. They literally train every single day. They work on their lyrics. They work on the movements, every step, the way the lights are. Even the lighting team, they're training for that. So just keep that in mind, that it's important. You know, you cannot get better at things without practicing those things. So make sure you get people to help you. And if you're practicing it the wrong way, then you're never going to get it right. So you have to make sure you're in line with good training, good trainers, and that you're able to absorb that training because you're optimistic about it too. So there's a lot of things involved in that. But that's what we do. We try to make that culture happen. And like Lou said, those two things, we try to help with motivation. And once we get the motivation right, the application's simple. But those are the two things that we try to focus on in each one of these little departments. It's motivation and then application.
That's right. And you saw the whole conductor thing, and we're us talking about the metronome. You've ever been to a high school game, right? Or you saw the band out there in the field. The most important person on the field is the one hoisted up on a stand that is moving their arms this way. You take that person off,
people, they lose it.
Everybody loses the beat. It is that important that a conductor is in that place, keeping the beat in line. And that's why we're talking to leaders like you, to make sure that you understand the importance of helping to get your cadence together, helping to get your band in line and making beautiful music. But you cannot do that. There is no way, shape, or form that the first time that a band is ever assembled together, whether it's a high school band, a worship band, or it's an actual a rock band, there's no way that they came together first time ever, landed on stage and performed a perfect concert, landed on the field, and all of a sudden everybody's perfectly in step. No way. That takes training.
It takes a lot of training.
That takes lots of grueling training. Okay, the ones that actually, whether you guys know this or not, if you ride by many high schools, the ones that are out there training the longest per year is the band. Okay, they are out there no doubt getting their steps down. Our boy Chef Sean, his daughter, is in the marching band. Fantastic. But the precision that is needed in order to have them in sync is key. And that's the type of precision that is available to people like you in your business. If you take the role, you take the stick of the conductor. Okay,
that's it.
That's what we're going to talk about on the training side of it. We'll talk more on that later on, but wanted to make sure that you understand that that's one key that we can definitely bring into you. We know how to train you from top to bottom, and want to make sure that you have that available to you. Certified Solutionaries are able to bring multi-layers of training, and more layers of that are on the way to come. But let's hit numero dos. Number two on that is
marketing. Dos.
Everybody wants to talk about marketing and how to market yourself, how to market your brand. And I am convinced that every element of your business can be marketed. Okay. Every element of your business should have a marketing department in some case or another, right? You need to market yourself if you lose an office manager. Right. You need to go ahead and get it on Indeed.com. You need to find somebody. If you lose a title clerk, you need to get into marketing your business as being an enticing and happy place to work. One thing that I'm very, very proud of in the last dealership that I was working at, Fred's still there, is that we were 4 years in a row the best place to work in our Commonwealth, inside of our state. We were the only dealer to attain that honor, and we brought that by bringing on a synergy of bringing the right people to the business, acquiring the right talent and the right personality. Sometimes talent, we actually let go away. We let some incredible car guys that had some really good car guy game go away.
Yeah,
and took a person that had zero backing inside of the car business and a great attitude, put them and watch them flourish. Okay. But it helped to create that synergy of a team that sticks together. You want to reduce churn, you need to be marketing for the right personnel. But there are 3 different layers of marketing that we do want to make sure. Actually, what would consider it 3, right? It is actually the traditional. You know what traditional is. Many of you out there understand that. Print, let me see, radio, television. These are some of the traditional top of mind awareness, right? Very proactive ways of marketing, right?
Very proactive. This way they know who you are. They may not necessarily be in the market, but they have an idea of who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you, right? And you want to do that. You want to be proactive. You got to have proactive advertising out there. It's very fundamental. It's just like a billboard. It's whatever you see out there, the newspaper ads, which whatever, radio ads, all these things, they're very proactive. They're there to make sure people know how to get a hold of you and what you do, all that good stuff. So, and that's a very key point. You do gain a lot of business that way. Matter of fact, you develop business that way. And that's a way to continually be in front of people's faces. That's called being proactive, right? Just like general term in the word, being proactive with your business.
And 90% of dealerships today, They operate a marketing plan that's aggressive inside of all levels of tradition. Okay. And that's great. That's awesome. And we encourage that a certain portion of your business needs to operate with traditional marketing.
I agree.
You got to do that. You got to do that. But folks, there's a new way, man. You don't have to eat everything with a spoon, right? I want to use a fork and I want to use a knife if I gotta, right? But not everything is lobbed in there with having just that spoon. Okay. Not everybody's just eating cereal. Okay. It might serve you, but there's other things that you might need to dig your teeth into. So after you get done with your traditional, there's also a level of social media. You didn't know this guy a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. You did not know who he was.
You do now.
Right? But you do now.
You either like me or you hate me, but that's okay. But at the end of the day, you know that I'm there. You know that I'm going to be here and I'm consistent with it. So that's what the social marketing, social media does for you. And it's absolutely free. Now, there's ways you can spend money. There's a boost. There's all these things. What's up, Michael? There's so many ways to be able to get your game up in social media. You could pay for things. You can hire people to help your social media. You could do those things, and that's fine. You can learn how to do these things, but a lot of times it's just really just being consistent and putting out social media. That's another, it's very similar to being proactive, right? It's very, very, very similar to being proactive. It's almost in the same realm, but being social on social media is very key. A lot of times it's not even about your business. It's about you. It's about your family. You're still got to understand branding these days isn't just, oh, here's my business, this is what my business does. People want to know the people now. They want to know who you are. Is this guy really a family man? Is he somebody that would take care of his family too? Or is he just doing business for business? Or what she or whoever it is, whatever this person is that has a business, why do I want to do business with them? Is it just because of the lowest price in town? Some people are going to do that. So that's being proactive. You advertise, I got lowest prices in town. Great. But what social factor does is it brings that personal factor in, which for me is a big deal. When I know people, I want to help them. So I want to be able, and I want them to help me. And if I know they have a product that's great, I might even pay a little bit more because I know them. Because I know that I know 100%. I know that they have a family. I know that they take care of their employees. I know they have fun at work. I know that their customers love them because I see tons of testimonials, right? I will pay more. I will go out of my way to do business with this person because they're most social. They're exactly what I'm looking for. They're just like me. They're people who actually have families and children, and they want to do things great, and they want to make a better environment for their community. Because we impact a lot of things in our lives, folks. We impact our families. We impact ourselves. We impact our workplaces. But the biggest thing we need to impact, which is the biggest at all, is the community around you. And this community around you is a big deal. It's not just about the money side of it. It's about taking care of the community. And taking care of the community is being social. It is being that person that shows, hey, I can help you. Because if you're not showing, if you have a great product and your community has no idea what you do, and they don't have any idea how you really care about them, they're not going to come see you. It doesn't matter how great the product is. So use social. Use social.
That's right. And what's up, Jay? I didn't say what's up to you. Did you already say hi to Jay?
No, but what's up, Jay? What's going on, brother?
Jay has a great product as well that we are
Jay's
tied in with. We can make sure to get you some dealer mobile leads based off of keywords that are strongly effective. And that is a very, very inexpensive way to get your message out there and to collect a whole bunch of leads, which is going to run us into our next section right after this. But I want to talk about digital. Because we are trying to lead a digital transformation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
In the automotive industry, there's a digital transformation been going on all across the world.
We are late
for years, but the car business is like 10, 15 years behind on that. And digital transformation isn't the fact that we just have internet and accessibility for our customers to go and price things online. It's the full transformation of it all. It's when everybody integrates, all these different software companies, all these different companies, they keep coming together and they keep working together. And they're trying to make a better environment, a transformation for the client's experience, right? And the clients is multitude of levels, all right? The multitude of levels, let's start from the bottom. And I don't mean this in the bottom because customers, the ones that buy the vehicles, those are where it all starts. The experience that we give them digitally. Are we giving them the one they want? No. Or is it the one we want? Think about that. Is there a fine line in between? Can you make it where it's for both? Yes, but it's mostly for your customer. When it's for your customer, it is for you. Just remember that. It's a big deal. When you look at a website or if you look at anything digital, if you're trying to buy a car online and it's just too much work and they're asking too many questions, there's something wrong with that. It needs to be very simple. It needs to be very easy for the clients that are looking for that. And not everybody wants to buy on a digital platform.
Trust me.
No.
But even if it's only 10% of the market, 5% of the market, I don't
Why
care
do
if
you
it's
want to miss that?
1% of the market. Why would you
miss
miss that? Why would you miss the opportunity? It's like, would you get mad at your salesperson on the floor if an up came on and they just brushed them off? That's what you're doing when you don't digital transform. I mean, you have to get that stuff right for them. You're literally brushing an up away. You're like, I don't need them.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I'm good.
I don't need that car
I
deal.
made enough money.
We sell plenty of cars here.
Whatever.
If you're saying that, we obviously don't need to speak to you. Congratulations. I mean, I wish I was selling enough cars. I don't care if I break records. It's not enough. I always want more. Just like yesterday, Jennifer Scarborough said, we're not there.
Never there.
And I absolutely love that she says that because it's factual. It's so true. And because if you think that way, and it's not a bad way to think, it doesn't matter how far you go, you're never there. You can keep going. You can keep growing. We forgive, we focus, and we fly.
That's right.
We let all the past go away. We don't care about how bad we did yesterday, what we did a moment ago. We worry about what we're going to do right now. Tomorrow is not promised, folks. We've heard all these little quotes. I'm going to just use quotes all day. I could drop them all day long, man. This is what we do on a podcast. We hear these from our clients and from the people we've had on the show and from all the people around us my whole life. The facts, these words are not words because they sound good together. This stuff is real. This stuff is true. And you all need to start taking that stuff seriously if you want to grow. And that's what we're about. You dealers out there, you guys who are struggling. Why are you struggling? Because you're trying to do the same thing and hoping that it works. It's not going to work anymore. It's time to change. And that's okay. As long as you
aren't struggling. Some of them are actually stagnant, right? They have the same results.
I mean,
the same amount of
here's my point. And not to cut you off, but yeah, you're making good money. But are you selling the same amount of cars? And I bet you 90% of you are going to say we're selling less. Right. So is that really doing better? I understand we're making more gross. That's called temporary awesomeness. It is. It's great. And maybe it'll stay around forever. But are you really growing? I don't care if your per copy went up. That's fantastic. And I'm glad because we deserve it as dealers. We do. We all work extremely hard. Your salespeople do too. They deserve better commissions. The whole nine. It's great. Pay raise. Whoop, whoop. But want to see a real pay raise? Hit the same numbers that you were hitting as in units and then have that gross on top of it. Now tell me where you're at.
Right.
You're going to be blown away. It's not any more work. It's, as a matter of fact, it's the same amount of work as you did when you were selling those cars. We're doing less work. We're making more money. That's not good. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Oh, it's cool. I want to work less. But just once again, imagine a culture of wanting to be more. The culture of we're never there, right? The culture of keep growing. The culture of that. You do that. We inject that through motivation and application. We inject that into all these departments like this for you. And that's what it's about. And that's what, once again, that's what certified solutionaries are here to do. This is what we've been doing for 20 years everywhere we've ever been. This is what we've done between each other, helping each other motivate, coaching him up. He's coached me up. We've done those things. We went out and we coached people we worked with up. Now we as leaders for many years, over a decade, we have taken care of teams and we have helped them get coached up by motivation and application. And those things turned into records, turned into people buying homes. I mean, salespeople who came in who couldn't even buy a stick of gum with their credit, buying homes, buying cars, going on vacations to places that they've never even seen or even dreamed of going to, right? Those were all on bucket lists. Now those bucket lists are happening way early. Now they're going to have to come up with new bucket lists, right? That's what this business is for. That's what the certified solutionaries bring to your table, to your team, to you. That's what we're going to be doing. And we're going to be doing it for a long time, forever.
But seriously, car guys, car gals, and those of you that are, of course, inside of leadership positions, wherever it is that you are, when you are spoken to by a marketer, and I have sat through a ton of actual demos trying to determine whether or not this is something that's going to be beneficial to our team, and kind of listening through the jargon that they speak of on their side of it, whether it's a marketing team, tech team, whatever. But also understanding that they may not get the full metric on ours. I love it when people would do a demo on us and I would schedule an appointment future out and I'd be like, do us a favor, do a little research on us before you call back. They call back, they did zero research on us, and they talk about a whole lot of things that are going to improve what it is that we're doing. And I say, well, you don't understand. We don't even kind of do things that way. As a matter of fact, this particular dealership doesn't list cars. So why are you telling me that my car is going to rank first? There isn't any on the site. How weird is that, right? You didn't do your research on me. You don't know what's going on. So a lot of the jargon that it gets messed up in between the conversations between car guys and the market, understand, we've heard it, we've seen it, we've been around it, have so much more to listen and learn through between the markets. But you definitely want to talk to marketing people that understand what an up is. I know that I've sat inside of a couple meetings, a couple masterminds with people that they're talking all this marketing, all these ad copy things, and they don't know what an unidentified problem is. They don't know what an up is. They don't know what that is.
I love that.
They don't know the numbers.
The UP, baby.
Right. They don't know the numbers that you're actually focused on inside of your store.
Right.
They're all about getting you leads. Leads are great, but then it has to be a level of processing them that does convert properly inside of the store. Again, whole lot to talk about, a lot behind that. We appreciate Diane jumping in.
Oh, Diane, what's up?
Cars.
Hey, just so you know, folks, watch out. Diane's going to be on the show.
That's right.
The Queen of Cars is going to be on the show next Thursday. I'm excited to have her on the show. Pumped up. Hey, by the way, I do need you to send me via email, fred@carguycoffee.com. I need a headshot or any kind of picture you want. I got to use that and then a short bio. We're going to go ahead and promo that here really soon. But I'm so excited to have her on the show. She's an amazing car gal that just does amazing stuff for everyone. She's always uprising people, always helping them do some amazing things. Look at her. Look at right there. Automotive recruiter, coach, career coach. Facts. That's what she does. And she does it with a smile on her face, and she brings with enthusiasm. She's one of those people who understands what motivation and application is. She does all those things very well. So she's part of our community. I'm so glad that she's part of it. I can't wait. The women in automotive right now are just amazing, and they've always been amazing, but they're really starting to have a much bigger voice. And I love it. It's loud. It's proud. Take them all. I mean, you guys take over the show. That's what I'm saying. Like, I believe in the women in automotive, and I'm so excited to be part of the movement. I know that we have some things I haven't even a chance to tell Lou about. We're going to be doing some things with some of the women at Digital Dealer. We're going to be doing some, going on stage, announcing them.
A little bit of that.
A little bit of Mariah, Maria and all them, we're going to have some fun. We're pumped up about that because we all about uplifting and upshifting women in automotive right now because they deserve it. They're amazing. You women are great. Amen. Thank you for the kind words. No, thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being who you are. Thanks for the support. This is what I'm talking about. We unite with people like Diane. We unite with people like there's so many of them out there that are just amazing automotive women.
Serious.
Liz Martin, who's with
and geniuses, folks.
I mean, come on.
Geniuses.
I can go about. I can keep going. It's yesterday. One thing I keep going to Jennifer because Jennifer was on our show and we had her right here. So crazy, right here in our studio.
She signed
right there. Boom. She got her signature up there. Right. So we had her here and she talked about a lot of things, but she's so right. Women make the car business kinder. They really do. And those aren't her verbatim words, but that's basically what she said. I keep messing up that exact. She makes it a kinder business, right? And she's just amazing. And she's right. Women do that. Women make it a better business, I should say. Men have done a great job. We've built this business up, but women are going to help us continue this business, help this legacy of growth happen. And I'm excited to see it happen right now because, like I said, tons of great women out there doing some amazing things.
So many of them. And there's so many incredible, great people that are out there doing many different layers of things inside of the business. Again, you go to a convention and this giant auditorium is filled up with all of these different solutions. And it is so hard for you to determine which of those solutions you need to actually apply to. And we honor all of the vendors that get out there and the vendors that do embrace some of that too, that they have to adjust their marketing strategy. Just like my friend right here, right above my head is Don Brady from Don.
I love some Don Brady,
who will assist you if you do shift to doing business in a digital way. He will help you get your car shipped where it is that it needs to go. But Don is also mastering the art of marketing through social media. Okay.
He's killing it.
He's getting that down and he's not getting away from traditional marketing, but he's applying that to his life on the vendor side of it. But he's a certified car guy, folks. He has been in general management inside of a store. He understands the many different elements that need to be plugged together in a store and some of the pain points and problems that are just rising themselves up when you don't have a good shipping company to get your vehicle where it needs to go. So again, merging together all the tools to make your business really, truly run like a race car.
No doubt.
Is what you want. So we want to encourage you all. Understand, marketing is a big piece of it. That's something that we will provide and we can help you navigate through and not taking away from what you're doing. Maybe you can pinch a piece of what you're doing that's not productive and move it over here, and we can show you how productive it can actually be if you fine-tune your weapon. But that would be on the marketing side of it. Again, we're teamed up with so many great incredible people. And this is going to lead us to our next spot where we talk about actual lead generation.
That's right. And that's huge. You know, a lot of y'all, and that's probably one of the most common things we hear about when we're out talking with dealers. They want more leads. They want more people in the doors. Here's the thing. A lot of them have great leads, but they don't know how to process them, right? They don't know how to get them in the doors. They don't know how to, even when they get in the doors, what do we do with them? We got too many, right? It's confusing for some dealers. A lot of dealers are different levels. There's different levels of dealers. And we have to understand that there's the top notch. You got the Brian Benstocks out there who just kill the game, #1 Honda in the world, constantly training, motivational, just an amazing, inspiring guy. I love some Brian Benstock. He's just classy.
Seriously.
When I think of like almost James Bond, you know what I mean? Like that's how I feel about him. He's very James Bond.
This is how we do it.
Super cool, completely down to earth, but very debonair. I love him, man. He's just a good guy. He's just somebody I could look up to and just be like, man, I love his swag. I love his style. I love his team. I love how he motivates. Hardworking guy, loves his family. This is what I mean by branding yourself. The dude's branded himself. Everybody knows what Brian Benstock is about from not just work, but actually you know him more outside of work than you do work. But because of his outside work, he kills it at work because this guy kills it everywhere else. So you tend to be that type of person when you kill things. That's what this whole social part is again, right? And that's what he does. He does a great job with that. But getting into the lead generating and doing all that type of stuff, it's so key because dealers need that. Dealers need people inside their stores, but they also are looking for something better than the old school trigger leads or the old leads that people were getting that just didn't make sense. Think Ad Group. They know how to do that kind of stuff.
Help you to understand rethinking your lead generation.
Man, I've got a good team of people around us. Look at
it. So linked into helping you to aggregate the customers you have. Let me tell you something, folks. There's so many people. If you're a dealership that's been in operation for more than 5 years, okay, and you've sold more than, say, 10, 20 cars a month, all right, you have an incredible database of highly valuable customers that I'm going to venture to say, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. They probably aren't coming back to you all the time. You're probably losing about, I would say 80% of your business isn't repeating back. And that's a low number. Okay. Because the retention tools that some of us use inside of our business practices haven't been the best. But Think Ad Group helps you. And they've teamed up with us and plugged in another tool with another one of our incredible partners. And to make sure that you do reach back out to your customers with the right message. And it's not just any message, it's the right message, which is important to make sure that your marketing is putting out the right message to the right people, the ones that are looking for a vehicle. Okay. You are reactive to the actual needs of the customers, but they help you to get your marketing down, but also for you to aggregate your own farm. You have so many people that are sitting right underneath your inside of your CRM. They're right underneath your nose, and they're just waiting for you to love them again and remind them that you're there. And let's be real. Sometimes before the cycle is done for a customer to come back and trade their vehicle, your salesperson isn't there anymore. We want to help with your culture, right? We want to help with the training of keeping a culture that stays together.
Right.
But the majority of the time, and you car guys and car gals, if you're keeping it real, that salesperson isn't here. And you're wondering why that customer isn't coming back, but they didn't build a relationship with the desk. They built a relationship with the salesperson sitting in front of them. They didn't build a relationship with the finance guy. They built a relationship with the salesperson in front of them. And if you don't have a culture that keeps people, well, then you better find another way to keep your message in front of them. You better find a way to make sure that you stay relevant to them. Your brand stays relevant to them. The great thing about Brian Benstock, he's an incredible guy, but he also has an incredible brand. Some people are more committed to that brand than they are Brian, right? That keeps them coming back to Honda. But if Brian doesn't do an effective job of keeping in communication with them, when it's time for them to trade in their Honda, they're just going to go to another Honda store.
Right.
They're already sold on the brand.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's plenty of people that don't work there with Brian anymore, and he's still sold those repeat customers many times over and don't have that salesperson anymore. You want to fix that problem? 1, fix your culture. 2, make sure that you understand how to keep in communication with your customers in a way that makes them stay a fan of you.
A raving fan of you. It's stolen from Jonathan Dawson. Now, listen, right. It's so true. All that stuff is intertwined together. Like
there's really not a piece in here that doesn't really work together, right? They all have to be flowing like a flow chart. Everything has to constantly be moving, but they all have to be inspected too. Accountability is what it keeps all of this together. That is the glue, accountability. Accountability, and that's something that we 100% know how to provide. That's something that we know all about. Matter of fact, a little too much about.
That takes tools.
It does. But the accountability can't be like so general feeling, right? It has to be like loving. You have to have loving accountability. You have to put love first. You have to honor your people. You have to show them how great they are and everything else. So, Wes, what's up, brother? Appreciate you too, brother. Take care. But, there's a lot of reasons why accountability is a big deal. But doing accountability the right way, not making it feel like you're micromanaging them, right? You're not micromanaging them. You're coaching them. Right. You're coaching them to become the best version of themselves. Now, us as leaders, if we don't hold people accountable, we don't coach them up, we don't do those things, you're really failing them. You're actually the opposite of love. I hate to use the word that is opposite of love, but it's hate. It's not hate. It's kind of even deeper than that. It's just negligence. It's being lazy. So if you're not really the manager, then you're not ready for a management position. You need to be ready for those types of things. When you go up, it's not about you anymore. Matter of fact, it takes you out the picture. What you want does not matter, kinda. If you're on the same mission as the rest of the team, then it does matter because you want the same thing, right? But that's what I mean by that. Can't be selfish reasons. You have to be about the team. It is a team mission. It's about helping everybody on your team become the best version. And sometimes one person needs different type of coaching than another.
That's right.
Some people just need a little slap on the back, good job, to keep it up because they like to hear that. Oh, my boss thinks I'm doing a good job. And they're going to keep working hard. Some people need that affirmation from the boss. Some people don't need any. Some people work their butt off anyway because they have family, kids, and they know what it's about. They were raised their whole life. They worked on farms. They baled hay as a kid. They know how easy this job is compared to that, right? It's true though. They see that perception, as April Simmons says. The experiences in life are the lenses that give us perception for what we do in the future, right? And she's so right on that because every one of us has a different experience in life. Every single one of us looks at a similar thing that's getting ready to happen and may look at it like, I'm going to jump out of a plane, right? Some people look at that like, you're crazy, dude. There's no way in hell I'm going to do that. No. Not going to. But for me, I'm like, that sounds like a lot of fun. Perception. It's my experience in life, what I've been through, that makes me think that'll be a lot of fun. Well, other people are like, dude, that's a chance that you're going to kill yourself. Perception. So everyone looks at things differently, just like your salespeople, just like everybody else, just like you as a manager. But you have to, once again, as a manager, all those things have to be out the window. You also have to remember one other thing. They're not you. Not one person are you training. Not one person that you're leading is you. Even if they're close, even they could be very similar to you, but they're not you. So you can't expect them to do, just like I got back to earlier when I talked about assume, making an ass out of you and me. You can't do that with your salespeople. You can't do that with your team. You have to ask. You ask and then lead. You have to learn, educate, take it all in, and then you're able to lead. And you can't just ask one time. 6 months later, month later, 30 days later, they might completely change the way they think. Their goals may change.
They may.
Ask questions. Be involved in their life. Ask them about their family life. A lot of times they come to work, they're in a bad mood. Motivate them a different way. Folks, right. I could ramble about that kind of stuff all day long.
Again, on the leadership side and to develop that culture, okay, which is a big circle inside of here, but that's just naturally what you get with Car Guy Coffee is a change up and an upshift to the culture. But zeroing back over to that inside of leading and getting people to that next level is the importance of their why. Folks, their why is not your why. Their bills are not your bills. So it's so important that you understand why they're there. If there's anything that I am so thankful for the leadership training that I received in the military, it's how they taught you to understand your soldiers, soldier each one individually to then accomplish the corporate task. They have to know, you have to know why they're there. If you're leading them, you have to know why they're there. And then you have to also know what it is that can upshift and uplift them and get them cranked up and going. Speaking of cranked up and going, I just want to go ahead and highlight Brian Benstock just again because of what it is that he did say. I want to put in this plug real quick for Car Guy Coffee, which you can get at carguycoffee.com. But Brian, see that right there? Look at that.
Love the coffee.
Look at that. He loved the
He
coffee.
called it
Opened
crack.
it up, smelled it, and said, oh, it's like crack. He loved
He
it.
did. I love some Brian Benstock.
Our friend Terry Torline sent him a bag of Car Guy coffee. He had the chance to actually try a full bag of it, right? And he understood, and he was just loving it. He grabbed that out of the hand, opened it up, smelled of it because it does smell like a deal. But
Always.
he again brings that culture, brings the technique, and he also brings it with excellence. And that's something that you all have to focus on doing. There's room for improvement, like we said at the beginning. But lead generation is key, and we can help you do that inside of sales and service. Sales and service. I'm trying to stay on the screen here, right? So you can do it. Sales, service, sales, service. We have lead generation tools designed to get you the right leads. But folks, leads alone are kind of old school. I'm just saying. It's kind of old school. Just
Little bit,
just to get the leads.
I mean, there's so many.
It was good then. It's still okay now,
It's 2021 though.
but there's better ways to go.
It's 2021 and technology is everywhere.
So I'm going to put these two arms here: sales, service. All right. But behind that, then you need processing. Okay. You need to have those leads processed. And it is amazing coffee. Yes, it is amazing coffee, Michael Mills. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, my man. And with that understood, that it is amazing coffee, that what it is that we're pouring inside of your cup is worth you sipping on up, right? We have to understand that processing your leads is key. Now, some dealers, they have their salespeople process the leads. Some dealers have hired a BDC. They have a BDC in-house, right? They have physical people that are on their payroll that they are making sure to do all, pay them payroll, make sure to have them taken care of on the unemployment side of things. They have their benefits, all the stuff that goes together with having another human sitting there working for you. Now, we have processes and teams that are lined up to help you out, whatever the dynamic is of that. If you have people in-house, cool. If you don't have people in-house, cool. Guess what we have? These people right here that we get to high five and say hello to. Bam!
Look at those.
They're excited.
And that's just one row.
Process your leads.
That's just one row.
One of them. Yeah, that's just right in between.
And they're amazing. Look at the attitude of them. They love what they do. When we went in there and we had a chance to do our whole little great news meeting, we got them all pumped up, jazzed up, hit them with the boom, clapping at the hands, the whole nine. Had that whole place just banging. And it was the end of a week. We both lost our voices. We were wore out. But we had so much left in us because we were so inspired by their smiles. We were inspired by their energy. We were inspired by what their focus is. These folks are changing people's lives. The people in call centers, sometimes they don't realize how much and how important they are, right? They really do more than just dollars. People say dial for dollars, do all this stuff. No. They're dialing for lives. They're changing them. They're helping people connect with other people that can help them. Think about that. Think about what they're doing. They're connecting with people who are looking for a vehicle that are just brave enough to put their information online or go to what. I'm not even going to get too deep into our technology, but there's so many ways that we get these leads, right? And it's amazing how we get these leads.
Freak you out.
It's so active. It's just reactive. It's just like, boom, it's just what's going on. And so we do all this proactive stuff like we mentioned earlier, but we're talking about reactive. And these leads, they come in and this staff, they take care of them. They have these scripts, but they also feel and they understand where they're going. When you can explain the mission, we had a great chance to sit down and explain the mission to them, how important their job is, how it helps feed us, feeds a lot of families, helps put people in cars, helps people change their lives. It gets so deep, helps the manufacturers. It helps the people who make windows, brakes. Does not matter. They are doing things that they don't realize they're indirectly touching, which in turn are directly touching. It's the people, man. And it starts with the people like the call center like that. I love that call center. They were some great people in there.
Great people. And some great stories.
I'm so glad we're affiliated. And we have them. That's our call center.
We're so thankful for the opportunity to help and to have the chance to be able to be part of an incredible team, an incredible culture inside of that store, inside of that building, right? Which is actually expanding. There's going to be a whole other one, whole bigger one, because there's so much business coming through. But the understanding that you have to give the right email, the right text message, the right call. And if we're depending on the motivation or the mindset of a salesperson who is maybe, I don't know, fed and making a bunch of money, right? I've heard a dealer say, you know what? I don't want to necessarily sell more cars. It becomes more problems. Okay. Well, if that's the mindset of a dealer, how could you expect the mindset of your salesperson to be any better? If they're selling less cars, making more money. Well, if that's the case, then the thing that you need to do is make sure that you just have more appointments for them. And that's ultimately what ends up coming in complement to the lead generation, is that this processing center helps you to send the right text message, the right call, the right email consistently, whether or not your salesperson is really fat and happy buying all those new fits, buying them new shoes, buying them new cars, doing all the cool stuff that happens when people get flooded with a bunch of money. But they then lose focus that, hey, I got to go back to planting seeds again. The processing helps to make sure that you're constantly, consistently dropping seeds in on a regular basis. And that call center is incredible at what it is that they do. They are consistent at what it is that they do, and they are motivated to help you accomplish your task. So again, if you need lead generation, we don't just have lead generation by finding the people that are in the market right now, crazy high propensity buyers, not intenders, not people that might one day be in the business, because I believe that everybody's going to buy a car. I see millions of cars ride by me every day.
Yeah, no doubt.
But they don't need to eventually, hopefully one day, come to see me. No, if you're in the market for a car right now, I want to go ahead and brew up a cup of solutions for you and say, come on, let's sit down, let's have a cup of coffee, a conversation, and let me deliver a car to you. Okay. I want to talk to you now if you're in the market for a car immediately. And that's exactly what we do in our lead generation, in our marketing to lead generation. And then we process that to appointment. What would happen, folks? Let me just ask you this. Some of you have this, but what would happen if your salespeople that are incredibly efficient at selling the product, helping the customer that's in front of them, what happens if you pull from them the responsibility of generating that appointment? Now, don't get me wrong, and don't think that this is a free pass, salespeople out there. If you sit in front of a person, if you build a relationship with somebody, if you get a phone up, right?
That's on you.
Following up with that.
That's on you.
You should have processes that help you follow up with that.
No doubt.
Keep up with that customer. But if we can relieve some of the pressure of having to dig up months and months worth of leads,
right,
and processing those people into appointments, if this incredible team, once again, let me show you these cool people. What's going on, Daniel Gomez? Man, brother, I love you.
Blessings,
you inspire
brother.
Me.
Blessings to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But what if we can take these incredible people that are inside of the call center, let me get my picture back, and have them put people in front of your customers? Because ultimately, let's go back to the math, folks. I am a strong believer that if you want to be a car a day car guy, you need to have 4 appointments coming in for you today. If your process is okay, you're going to deliver 1 in 4. If you're a stud, you're going to deliver 1 in 2, right? If you're absolutely magical, you're going to do 100%. But you need to have 4 appointments a day, every single day, coming in to see you at minimum, if you want to be that car a day guy. So how are you going to do that? Right? If you're in front of 4 people a day, guess what? You don't have too much time to do, right? You don't have the time to make your 80 to 100 calls per day. Dude, inside of that business.
It's so hard to do so.
I mean, you can.
It's possible.
But it's just like, it's nonstop, and you can do it for only so long before you get burnt out, guys. And we all know this. You get burnt out even when you don't have 4 people come in front of you a day and just making dials and just trying to do this, just trying to catch up. So just imagine that. So imagine you as a leader having a staff that's doing what they're doing right now. All right. They're doing everything. You're selling an average amount of cars, but you're just kind of stuck. Now imagine us injecting a bunch of stuff with you just doing the same thing. And all of a sudden you have more traffic. All of a sudden you have people that are ready to buy right now. People who are currently in the market, you know their credit scores, you know what they're looking for, if they've even applied for a loan, who they've been approved by. All this information is available. This is so Big Brother, it's crazy, right? But at the same time, it is legal. At the same time, it's information that is considered public. Remember when public information was when you bought a car, you're put in the database, they knew that you bought a car, so people would send letters to you because you just bought a new vehicle, you just got it registered to you. It's that was kind of like, whoa, that was pretty like, wow, that's incredible. Well, that's like 40 years ago. That stuff's been around forever. And people are still using that. It's time to flip the game up, and it's time for us to look for people who are really ready to buy a vehicle, people who are actively searching, the people that are reactive. So you could be reactive to them. Now, you have all your proactive people, you have everyone that's coming in based off of the ads that you've seen, you do this, and all of a sudden you have a call center that is setting up appointments for your salespeople, and they just show up, right?
What would happen?
What would you do? What would you do with an extra 40 ups a month? What would you do with that? Let's say your closing percentage, like Lou said, is 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 credit pulls I get, I'm going to sell a car. That's 10 extra deals a month, folks. Now let's talk about that, what that does for your bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does a lot. It not only does it do that, but it also creates excitement at your store. We just sold 30 extra.
Imagine what it's like when you just say, hey, guess what, folks? We got 40 appointments coming in today for all 10 of you.
Right.
And you didn't call not one of them, but they're coming through today.
But they're coming in. Be ready for them. And let's have some fun today. Now, how you spread those out, that depends on the program you choose to do, right? Do you want to give it to your hosses? Do you want to spread it out evenly? Do you want to just give it to an internet sales department, technically, right? Whatever you want to do with it, you can do with it. That is up to you. But how great would that be? How amazing. What if I told you would 10 times your money on that? It's because that's what's happening. And I'm seeing it happen all the time. Well, that is what we can do. Certified Solutionaries has a lot of different programs out there that can help you do all these things. You know, Lou's talking about process, call, text, email. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for a salesperson. The average salesperson doesn't have the aptitude to do all 3 of those things. They're going to just do 1 or 2 of them. And then they might not do any of them for half the day.
Let them have a bad day. Let a customer reject them. Let them get hung up on somebody at the same time.
But if you need them to do that, here's the cool part. We take away a call center and we could train them on how to do that too. Because guess what Lou and I've done for the last 8 years? We've trained salespeople on how to be a BDC. Am I not wrong about that? Bam. And we do a great job. They do a fantastic job. We know how to do all those things. But what we believe and what we know is that if you take that out of the salespeople's hand and just give them a break and let them do what they're best at, closing car deals, working lot ups, working what's in front of them, being reactive. That's what salespeople are. They're reactive people. They react to what's in front of them at that moment. Mm-hmm. Let them be reactive. You know, you as a dealer, be proactive, do all those things, have a reactive piece of that thing, allow your team to be part of the reactive side, let them work hard, let them earn that extra business, but it's great. And here's the best part. All the stuff we're talking about, you can see all this. It's like you can see it in real time. You know where your leads are, you know where your ups are, you know how many people, how many phone calls, you can even listen to the phone calls. It's all there. So it's a huge movement. That's technology. Once again, and even this technology is kind of old. It's just new to the car business. It's fresh to the car business. And then we have some stuff that's super new to the car business. It's even deeper than that. You want to get in your competitor stuff? You want to learn who they got coming on their lot? Just saying, we have all that. Yes. We have ways for you to get people who are actively looking on other people's lots. Right. Go on other people's websites. Come on now.
And remember, the traditional side of marketing was putting the information out there inside of on TV and on radio and just being very loud and proud about your brand.
All right.
Again, not taking anything away from that. Want to make sure that you still are putting your brand out there. You want to have a billboard that has your face on it, your brand, and where to go? Do it. Rock out if the budget allows for that. But we're telling you that you can adjust your budget just a little bit and amplify your results. I'm a little bit anal about seeing the cost per customer, right? What you spend in marketing, you all know the deal. What you all spend in marketing to what you spend to what it actually costs to get that customer delivered. Okay. And the average across the industry is anywhere between $550 to $600. I'm saying, and this is audacious, but this is very real that it could happen. It could get reduced to being even less than $200 per customer that shows in. But let's just be a little bit more on the average side. I would more or less say that we can help you to get that number more like $300 per customer acquire. But I'm going to show you this quick commercial that we put out there. This actually helped us acquire our very first customer inside of the Certified Solutionaries. Hey, what's up, people? Hopefully you have a plan for your 30-day-old leads. You know how important it is for those 30-day-old leads. You know, I actually kind of feel bad for 30-day-old leads. You know why?
Because everyone forgets about them.
And we don't want to forget about those leads.
No, we don't.
You paid for them.
It's very important.
They responded to you. They're just waiting on you to complete all of the phone calls.
Everybody's on a different time.
The fresh lead, I know, is the one that's going to get the phone call. Well, listen, we have an entire team of people that can help you carry that load of 30-day-old leads, 90-day-old leads, 180-day-old leads. We'll figure out a way to make sure that we brew a solution to keep your message in front of them. Text messages,
Emails, and even phone calls.
consistently going towards your customer base that has said that they want your product. Give us a call. We'd love to get you set up and see how easy it is to get this program inside of your store.
I'm Phil Arts, a subprime hero.
And I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
Whoa.
What?
Love it. Good stuff. Great stuff. You know, and here's the thing. In our first client, and yeah, they helped us get our first client, helped us do those things. Great job on that, Lou. That video was edited by Lou, by the way, guys. How great is he, right? So that's why he's my dude. But like that video was fantastic, but it's so true. You know, we all as salespeople, we all as even a team, we get so caught up on what we have that's fresh that we forget about what's old, right? Mm-hmm. And the old leads, man, they're still there. There's a majority of them that haven't bought a car yet. There's a majority of them that's still looking. So you have to make sure that you're constantly going through those. We've seen statistics, we've seen different numbers, but one of the things that stuck out in my mind was when Richard Delancey mentioned to us, he showed us, and it's proof, and I can proof this to you guys too. His call center talked to the person 4 times before they could set an appointment. All right, 4 is not a bad number; it's about average, right? 4 times they set the appointment. Well, the person they set the appointment with missed appointment 4 more times. What would your salesperson do to them? Would give up. They would have gave up after the first 2 dials, maybe 3 dials. They wouldn't even got to the appointment. So let's say that they finally did they made it to the 4th dial. How many of them are going to sit there and keep resetting the schedule, calling them to follow up and setting a new appointment for 4 more times? Most of them give up. They're ready for the next fresh up. This guy ain't going to buy anything. He's wasting my time, right? Well, guess what? 4 times later, 4th appointment shows up, and guess what he did? They bought a car. What? So understand that it takes extra work. And honestly, let's just be honest with each other. Your salespeople don't want to do that extra work there. I didn't want to do that extra work then either. I would have gave up on that up. That's why when I heard that, I was like, dude, I would have gave up too. I'm just being honest. And I'm the subprime hero. I'm the guy who likes to go extra. I'm the guy who wants to be better than the guy next to me, right? I want not better. I just want to work harder. I want to have better numbers than the guy next to me, I should say. We're none of us are better than each other. We're all great people. Everyone's good. We just have to find our way. But that being said, that's what I was. I always like to be number 1, right? And in order to do that, you have to do extra work. I do the extra work, but that is extra work. But guess what call centers will do? Guess what our team will do? They'll call those people
with enthusiasm
every single time. They even have a plan. They know how to formulate it. They know how to make sure that they input, because some people,
it's in congruency with your message too.
It's always going to be in congruency. And matter of fact, you get to hear what they're saying, and you get to fine tune how you want it to be said. Of course, we want to put our input and let you guys know about those things. But here's what's so cool about that. And I'm went all off track there. But the reason why it's so neat is with our first client that we signed, they didn't spend any extra money. They actually got rid of things they didn't need. You dealers out there, there's a lot of you guys who have products that are just like, why? And I know you're thinking the same thing. Why am I spending this much money every month for something that barely produces? It may have produced stuff 4 years ago, but you kept it because you got comfortable, right? Let's just be honest, folks. A lot of us get comfortable and we get used to things. But is that really growing? No. Matter of fact, you're dying when you're comfortable. You don't feel right. You're just kind of plateaued out and you don't grow anymore. When you're not growing, you're dying, folks, just like plants, just like anything else. They're dying when they're not growing. So it's time for you to figure out how to grow. So let's get uncomfortable, right? Yes. Let's get uncomfortable. Let's make some changes. Let's get rid of products that you don't need. That phone call is not that difficult. Hey, prove to me that you've been producing. I have to let go. You don't even prove. Just say, hey, listen, we've gone our path. This has been great. Or you can have us call. We'll be happy to do it for you. But what I'm saying is that we will make room for that budget. There's room for whatever we need. These products here are not expensive. These products are actually in your budget. These products are actually what you need.
Blow your mind.
But the return on investment on this stuff that we're talking about, all this, everything, or a piece of this or that, the ROI on it is fantastic. And I'm absolutely excited about what we have to do. That's why I'm doing what I do. That's why I'm sitting here like, look, we got to talk about certified solutionaries today because people need to hear this. I'm super excited about what's happening. You guys need to be excited about it because we're solutionaries and we're out there to make a difference in this business and we're going to, so be part of it.
Yes. So we want to talk about making sure that you are decreasing your ad spend, decreasing your spend, decreasing on what it takes to actually acquire that customer,
right?
And then increasing ROI. This has to go down. And if this goes down, this might go up.
Which in some places people think that when you decrease, everything decreases. Well, we have a proven formula that shows you how to decrease and increase.
Right.
It's crazy.
Spilling coffee out there. It's one thing that's not allowed to be done inside of my house, folks. It's wasting coffee.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to have to sip it if it's cold. Otherwise, I'm going to get a look. You just wasted that coffee, right? I don't want to waste any coffee. We don't want to waste our money. You've worked hard for it. And the days of, I mean, right now, you already see it. The days of the bloated inventory and being successful may be over. You may not need to have double, triple the inventory in order to produce X result.
Right.
People are doing it with way less units right now. And I applaud the incredible car guys and car gals that are in the business doing it. But you don't have to have an incredibly bloated budget. But you had to do it when you were only doing traditional, because you were just throwing your seeds out there, hoping that whoever needed it, it settled in them and grew into a customer. Well, now you can hyper target where it is that you put that. If you can always make sure your seed is going in good ground, you're going to have a much better harvest.
Man.
Period.
Well, just imagine this, you know, and Richard Delancey, I keep going back to him with Dealership Toolkit, CEO, founder. He's a genius. This guy, he says a lot of amazing things to make you really think about how it looks and how it's going to feel for you. So he brought up this fishing analogy. So imagine, you know, for these leads that we're talking about here, imagine that your team, they're working their leads, they're doing their thing. So they got you know, let's say imagine it's fishing instead of leading, right? They got all this tackle, they got all this stuff. So they go out and they can spend money on new tackle, new fishing rods, and all this fancy hat, the cool vest, and all these things, the right type of bait, whatever they want. Or you can have them do that. They can fish, but also on the side, they're going to get delivered the grouper that they're looking for. They're going to get delivered all this stuff. They don't even have to fish for it. They don't have to buy any extra tackle, no fancy bait, nothing. Everything is taken care of for them. And it's like going to the fish market and getting it cut the way you want, exactly how you want it to taste. They even season it for you. Some places will even steam it for you, right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you that fish exactly how you want it in your lap. You don't have to do any of the hard work. And that's what these types of leads can provide for you, and how it can make it that much easier. And these are hot leads. I'm not talking about, like we said, run-of-the-mill traditional leads. These aren't just like people who own cars, right? These are people who are actively looking for a vehicle right now.
Yeah. If you had marketers in the past tell you that we're going to make sure we just get you a whole bunch of impressions, that's cool. That sounds like good words, but a whole bunch of impressions to people that are not in the market right now is kind of useless, right?
100%
It's
useless.
so important that you put the message in front of people that are needing your message right now. Okay. Just because I pass a hospital every single day. You know when I need it? When I'm hurt. I don't need it any other day. When I'm sick, that's when I need the hospital. That's when I need the doctor's office. It's the only time. But guess what? The doctor's office has a way to make sure that they effectively text you of when your appointment is, to let you know that you're about to miss it, to give you an update that it's coming up, right? And then to ask you why you missed it, right? They're going to hit you with the same technology that your salesperson should be hitting you with. And then they're going to make sure that you set the next appointment.
Boom.
If that's happening inside of a dentist office, why isn't it happening inside of your dealership? I'm just saying, don't get me all passionate.
It's not, and they're not even salespeople. They're not even hammers that we hire, right? These are just people that are working, and they're just trying to make, it's because they're taught that from the very beginning. When things are normal to you, which can be, some things are extreme. I've been in the military. Some things in the military are extreme, but it was normal, so you didn't think of it as extreme, right? But you have to understand, like, nothing's extreme. Following up with your customers, getting them to making sure that their appointment's set, making sure that you call them the day before that they're going to actually show up, maybe even the morning of, sending them a text message, giving them a, hey, are you going to be here? Send back yes or no, right? And those things are very important. That's what dentist offices do, doctors' offices do. You're starting to see that a lot everywhere because they want to make sure you're there. They understand that people forget about times. I do too. And as a salesperson, be proactive. Look at that. Like, hey, great. I set an appointment, but I'm going to make sure that they don't forget, because I know I can forget stuff too. You know, you can't assume that they write stuff down. Once again, what happens when you assume? Make an ass out of you and me. You can't even do that with your clients. You have to do that all the way through and through. Always be very clear and give clarity to your clients, period. These are just little things that we train on. These little things we could teach you, but 100%. That's just the key right there.
So we're going to go to this last piece.
Yep. And then we're going to get this thing cut off because we've been on for an hour and a half almost, but we definitely want to make sure you guys understand what is up. What's up, Brian Ortega?
What's going on, Brian? Genius marketer right there. You need to pay attention.
Talking about marketing, pay attention. Yeah.
So keen at being
I take notes all the time
of the trends that are happening digitally, and the cinematographer inside of me absolutely loves the creativity inside of Brian. Honor you, brother. Appreciate you, my friend.
No doubt.
So this last piece is, and we're going to be absolutely the shortest on this one because we've been already talking for an hour and 20 minutes about this. This is why we tried to reduce this and why we need to have a little bit of a discovery session with those of you that are wanting to improve. But this is the last piece that we do have. There are many no-cost tools or value-adding products that can be put inside of your store. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything to have a warranty.
Right.
Until a customer buys it. Then you have your cost, you get paid the difference, so on and so forth. That gets added into your actual gross profit. Well, inside of this case, we have many different value-adding products that can help your dealership add to your net dollars that you don't pay for, the customer pays for. Okay. You just collect profit off of that, just like in any other scenario, right? Just like you selling the car. Okay. And some of these products are really really gets the customer coming back around, whether it's to your service department, whether it's to your dealership again in the future when it's time to buy a car. You need to put something inside of their hand. And we have a few different products for that. But we are also partnered up with those that can help recreate and add a little bit extra inside of your F&I department, whether it's your gap, your warranty, all of these products that you're so traditionally used to selling. Well, we have a way to help with that. Hopefully it can help you make a little bit more money on it. If it's doing good for you right now, cool. We don't want to mess it up. We don't want to mess up what's working. We just want to help increase where it is that you are at the moment. But there's also payment processing. Some customers need a little bit of help of automating their payment processing. And we're teamed up with somebody that can help you get paid for your customer paying on time. What is that? That's incredible stuff. That's good things that you need to utilize inside of your store and has been greatly successful for us inside of our stores, right? That helped us make a little bit of extra money, helping the customer be on time, helping the customer build equity inside of their car, and making sure that they come back to the lot. So payment processing is something that's able to be handled and injected inside of your store. It doesn't cost you anything. As a matter of fact, it just helps. It helps to reduce your actual repo rates. If some of you are inside of high risk lending, right, it will reduce the amount of first payment defaults that you're going to end up having just by helping your customer pay it in a way that's easier and simple. But it will also help you to actually move a few more products in the F&I office. When you're telling them the difference is really only $2 a week, other than it being, $8 difference a month, you might get that gap to fit in there, right? The gap is a great decision for the customer, especially right now, right? It's very important, but some people might turn that down because of that $8 a month. They might be that strapped. That $8 a month might have cost them from a $299 payment to a $307 payment. That $3's in their head and they don't want to take that on. Well, what if it's only $2 a day? Oh, okay. Well, or $2 a week. Okay. Well, let me do that. Again, talking to customers at the level that they're at is what we want to help everybody do, but there's products that can help you out with that. There's also this incredible product right here. Freddie, you got one of those?
I do.
It's probably got a little better shot at that camera over there.
Let me switch. I'm going to switch angle real quick for y'all.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of that duck, and we do not own the rights to say anything about Aflac, but I once was actually an Aflac agent and understood that there are sometimes things that occur inside of your life, and your insurance doesn't put physical dollars inside of your hand. This product will actually put physical products inside of the hands of your customers, physical dollars in the hands of your customers for the events that may come up. And what type of events are we talking about, folks? Well, we can talk about what if they had to have a vehicle towed someplace. Well, they can get up to $200 worth of payback for that. Okay. If they have exterior issues to their car and they pay for a little bit of paint work, well, cool. They might get up to $200 worth of that compensated money right back to them. But imagine them receiving this days after you deliver a vehicle, right? Days after you deliver a vehicle, them receiving this product inside of their hand saying thank you, and attached inside of it is this coupon book that brings them back to your service department for oil changes and
brings them back
tires,
to your store, folks, not other places, your store. Opportunities, touches, be able to maintain rapport. If your team is not the best at follow-up, which we have a program for that too, but if your team's not the best at follow-up, how about the fact that they get to see their customers come in when it's time for oil changes, new brakes, new tires, they need anything. It's all inclusive in here.
They're locked out of their car. What if they can get up to $100?
If you don't have a service department, let's take that out the picture. Let's say you're a dealer, and I know I've been at one that doesn't either. You don't have a service department. Well, you can include local businesses that you're affiliated with, you're friends with, have them tied. How amazing would that
Value
be
package.
to bring value into your local community? There's so much that you can do, and your name is attached to it. So every time that they go in, they know that, Bob Schaub's, Buick Chevrolet, I said Buick Chevrolet, is going to be of the person that helped them get this discount. Now that restaurant's also going to love you for it too. So imagine who they're going to send their business to, who they're going to buy from. There's so many things that you can do. And that's just little pieces. We can explain this better, but if you have Etch, this replaces,
yes.
This replaces Etch.
Subprime Hero, you better
Let me ask you a question. How many of y'all out there, and I know that I can't see you guys, but how many out there believe that Etch is a product that customers absolutely love and need? Man, there's not going to be a lot of hands that go up. I do understand. You do get your car stolen. It pays you a little bit of money. That's great. But how many people have had their car stolen? Put your hands up. Right, exactly. There's not a lot of us who have. And that's the thing. Like, how often are you going to use that? But this product can be used 100% of the time. This isn't, and it costs the same. It's so crazy. The profitability from this is the same. Matter of fact, it's more. And you get more. It's tangible. This is something your customer gets to have in their hand. They get this sent to them weeks after they buy the car.
It costs less than Etch, folks.
They're going to be like, man, I can't believe that Partners GMC loves me this much. They sent me this product. They're making sure I'm taken care of. It's also a reminder. Once again, a couple weeks later, all of a sudden they get this in the mail. They're like, oh, goodness gracious, I love that store. I need to remember to tell my friends about them. Imagine having little vouchers in here for referral fees. Imagine there's so many things you can do in here.
Imagine sitting there selling warranty or pitching warranty and being able to reach out, grab that coupon book, right? Because the customer is eventually going to get one of them, and saying, you know what, let me go ahead and help with that warranty right now.
Man, this is giving your
pull that out,
roadside assistance.
Value. Come on, man.
Come on, there's so many things that this thing is so amazing.
That's if you value your customers.
That's only if you value your customers. If you don't care about your customers, then no big deal.
Experience, whatever.
If you don't want to, no big deal. But I know one thing's for sure. The better the customer experience is, the more money you make per copy, the more referrals you get, and the more they come back.
Come on.
It's facts. The better the experience is. But here's the thing. We have to go above and beyond because everybody's starting to step up a little bit, right? Go above and beyond, folks. Get rid of that stupid Etch and use this. This makes more sense, man. It does. The Etch, come on, man. We all know the Etch was just to make an extra couple dollars for us dealers. Let's just be honest with each other. That's what we were using it for. It was not for the customer unless they got their car stolen, 1 in a million. Right. Just saying.
And now if you're close to the border, right?
But even then, I lived close to the border. I met one person ever that had their car stolen, and I think that he did it himself. Just being honest. But that being said,
that would be the only increase to the stats.
This is value for your customers, for you too. Yes, I'm not saying this is profit's not a bad word, but imagine making profit while being productive. Imagine making profit while giving your clients something that they can say, hey, they may never even use any of this, but they're going to feel better because they have this. This is in their hand. This is solid. This weighs something. This isn't like a piece of paper that says, hey, you got a warranty, right? This says so much more, and this gives them so much more. So folks, this is pennies compared to what your business can bring. These pennies bring you hundreds.
And this is a non-cancelable product.
Non-cancelable.
That it goes straight to the profit line, but it goes incredible to the value that your customer has in doing business with you, which that's what you want to do. If you're not at the heartbeat of wanting to provide immense value to your customers, folks, then this is the wrong show for you.
It is.
And the Certified Solutionaries, we're probably not going to do anything with you. Okay. If you don't want to absolutely give as much value as you possibly can to your customer, cool. But if you do, and if you want to bring value to your customers, you do want the experience for your customer and your personnel, the people that you work with, to enjoy what it is that they do, that they're proud of what it is that they do. Well, folks, we are the Certified Solutionaries. We will do what it takes to help you go to that next level, and we will help you discover what it looks like and feels like to transform the culture of your business and upshift and uplift every aspect of it, so that you can do what it is that you're ultimately called to do: influence your relationships, influence your business, and influence your community.
I love Lou. Tell me, guys, is he not a wordsmith? Can he not put together some words that make you go, man, makes you think? What I mean by that is that he loves what he does, and it's evident. That's why he's my business partner. That's why he's my brother. That's why we've been doing this together, and why we know it's going to go places. But here's the thing: that passion you see right here, this translates to your dealership, folks.
Bring it.
He's excited, super excited. He's so excited that he's like,
excited.
he doesn't even work at a dealership anymore. That's how excited he is, right? He's out here trying to help you folks right now. Free man. And we're excited to help him, and we're excited to help you. And we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep it coming. Folks, we can't stay on long. We got stuff. We got appointments. We got a lot of things. We've been rolling for like an hour and a half on this, but I do want you to see that little scrolling at the bottom. Contact us, man. It's a 100% free discovery call. It doesn't cost you anything to have a conversation with us. Matter of fact, it could cost you everything if you don't. And what I mean by that is we can make a difference. I don't care, small, big, mama, papa store to the 7 rooftops. Does not matter. We have solutions for you. We are excited to bring solutions for you. Certified solutionaries, folks, these are going to be all over the place. You're going to start seeing salespeople being certified solutionaries. You're going to start seeing cultures that are certified solutionaries. It's going to go beyond. I have a feeling one day as we grow, this business is going to be huge. I have visions, guys. And when I see visions, I see big things. I think it transforms and it transcends into other businesses besides this. We're going to be diving into RV soon. We're going to probably get into real estate a little bit. Why not, man? Hey, it's where the money's at. Here, keep going. Money's in real estate. So I'm going to probably do that, right? So, but that's the thing. We could train those guys. We can motivate them because we are certified solutionaries. We're always about that up game, right? We're all about upshifting our lives so we can uplift other people's lives.
That's right.
When you're uplifting other people, which is our mission, man, it's just crazy. You just end up just riding on their coattails. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you start to lift with them. Rising tide lifts all ships.
That's right.
And that's what's going on right now in the business. That's what's going on with the group of solutionaries that we are connected and affiliated with the businesses that are out there with solutions for you dealers out there, with the businesses that are out there with solutions for you salespeople out there, with the businesses that have solutions for you businesses out there. We're connecting that. We are the plasma in that cell that's helping bring the energy and the electricity between all of them. Man, what a great morning, guys. I appreciate you guys for coming out here, paying attention to what we have to say.
Just to drop this out there real quick, we do have another solution for you too that can help add 50 to 100 cars to your lot. We'll tell you more about that a little bit later, to where you can get that car that you need on your lot ASAP, and you don't have to battle a bunch of car guys.
No auctions, no auction fees. But we have a solution for that. Yes. You need cars on your lot because you started adding all these things to it. We get them on there. We'll show you how to do it yourself.
We can do that too.
And help produce a new income for other people. It's amazing. There's so many beautiful things that we can help you do. We have connections, we have people, we have friends, and most importantly, you have us. And we have that energy, and we know how to connect all that stuff together. We know how to bring even a business that may be quiet, how to make them a little bit louder so you can hear them. All right. So make sure you reach out to us.
Show them that shirt again real quick. Ready? So for the record out there, just so that you understand that what the certified solutionaries are doing is we're helping connect any commodity from coffee to cars. We can help you produce a lasting result that you're going to be encouraged with,
no doubt,
by the time we're done sitting down with you. So make sure that you do call that number below, either one of those numbers, and we'll set up a 100% free call. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's have a conversation. And you know what? You do book a call over the next 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and send them a bag of coffee. We'll get you a small bag.
Whether you get a product from us or not, you're going to get a cup of coffee for a 100% free. Matter of fact, it's 100% free to you. Yep. Actually, you get something from it. So it's actually one of those bracket ones where you actually make money from having a conversation with us, and you're going to get caffeinated, and you're going to be part of it. And folks, you can come have a conversation with us, and you can use every tip we give you. And I wouldn't even be mad at you. I'd be proud of you. But even if you don't buy a thing from us, I just want to help. So whatever we can do to help, reach out. You can see our numbers down there. Very easy to reach us. You could also reach us at our emails. Go to our website, carguycoffee.com. Hit the contact button. Fill out that little sheet. We'll be in touch with you very soon. We love you all. I'm Fred Lenars, the Subprime Hero.
And I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy. And if you don't know, now you know who the certified solutionaries are and just some of the solutions that we can help provide for you.
Amen.
Today. We have been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee podcast. We are so thankful for our partners and friends at Dealership Toolkit, Think Ad Group, Don Brady Consulting.
That's right.
All of the incredible people that have been supporting us on a consistent basis. We are just so thankful for that, and we can't wait to keep growing with you. Dealership Toolkit, we love you. Can't wait to bring this solution to many other people, but we are here to transform this industry. A digital transformation is coming, and you can be a part of it. So now your excuse of not knowing,
I'm changing that. It's not a digital transformation anymore, folks. It's a solutionary transformation. What? Everybody's going to become solutionaries in this business.
Sensation.
It's all about being a solutionary, folks. If you want to get certified, just reach out to us. We'll show you how to do that too, man. It's about our 5 core values, and we'll talk about that another time. Folks, we love you guys. I'm Fred Lenartz of Subprime Hero again, and we are here brewing solutions for you. Make sure you reach out to us.
And I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
Woo!
You know what to do. Let's brew.
Folks, 9/9/2021. Don't forget, Data Minds is dropping. We're producing a new show. God, Greg Ash is going to be the host. We'll talk about that later. We'll probably leave you with that video. Matter of fact, we'll drop that video and we'll be out. But we love you guys. I'm Fred again. This is Lou, and this is what we do. Peace.
Having fun brewing solutions with you. See you later. Ow.
Gregory Ash here, Data Minds, where science and art converge. Launch of the podcast, 9/9/2021, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. See you there.